Hey guys, my name is BBGun. I am a streamer over on twitch.tv/BBGun, so you guys should go check that out. I'm going to put the link in the description below. But this is my first YouTube video, so bear with me. It's going to be a little bit of a learning process, and this is my first Sims 4 build as well. I played Sims 3 for on and off about 10 years. I worked with a lot of different expansion packs with Sims 3, did a lot of builds with Sims 3. So I'm not completely new to The Sims, but The Sims 4, honestly, it changed a lot. There's things I had to get used to. So I just wanted to do a quick introduction of myself, but let's get into the build. Alright guys, so as I mentioned, this is my first build in The Sims 4. So it took me a little while to get used to everything, especially the roofs. I had a clear idea of what I want to do with the roof. Didn't like how the eaves looked on part of it, so I had to kind of finagle it some, just kind of fake it, basically. And ended up with something that I like. I still wish the eave didn't overlap so much over there, but it works, it works. I love that you can add different trims. I love all the shingle and metal roof options that they have. It's really, really fantastic. I also love this siding, especially the color. I think it's gorgeous. I tried adding some stone. I ended up increasing the wall height. I love that you can increase the wall heights now. That just makes me incredibly happy. It adds so much to The Sims, in my opinion. I ended up getting rid of the stone though. I didn't think it was necessary with I wanted the foundation to be showing. I wanted it to be brick. So then the stone on top of the brick foundation, I just didn't like it. But I added a little porch here with some stairs, typical white railings, monoslope roof. I had to finagle this again some to get the monoslope roof to work how I wanted it to. But I ended up getting it. It looks good in the end, and I ended up changing the roof style to a metal roof panel actually, because I love when houses have a different roof over the porch. I think it gives a lot of character. I just really like it when you have options like that. Okay, so here I was messing with the stairs some, trying to figure out which ones I wanted to go with. I ended up going with the brick ones. I just thought they looked a little weird at first with the porch being wood slats, but I ended up liking it in the end. Also, I love the double door that I picked with the glass inlays there. It looks so sharp in my opinion, especially with these windows. I only wish that I could have found a transom window over the door to make the height of the regular windows match the height of the door frame. Does that make sense? See how the windows are a little higher? But it still looks good. It still looks good. That's just me being a little OCD with it. Added some stairs to the back slider. Had to be able to access the backyard, which is like non-existent right now. I end up moving the house later. I tried moving it now, but then I decided, you know what, I'll figure it out later. Just to make sure that that's what I want to do. So it was at this point when I was working on the kitchen that I realized that there are not a lot of options for cabinets. I know, it's a profound statement, but there really are not a lot of options for appliances, cabinets, furniture, and I know it's a Sims, so I think it's because they want you to buy stuff packs and expansions, and guess what? They're probably gonna get me. Probably gonna get me. So I ended up going with black cabinets in here, which I really, really like. I think that they just look amazing. I love those extended kitchen hoods as well. I had a lot of issues with the overhead cabinets. I could not get them to work. I need to look at a tutorial or something, or if you guys have any tips and tricks for them, please comment down below. That way I can just, because I wanted overhead cabinets, but I couldn't figure it out. I don't know why I didn't Google it, but I didn't. So I ended up just deleting them in the end, and the kitchen has no overhead storage now. But I just wanted to make this a small little, I don't know, cottage type house with 2 bedrooms, single bath, small living area. So that's what I'm working on now, just dividing the 2 bedrooms. The front room is actually bigger than the back room, even though the back room I made the master bedroom. And that's because the front room, I wanted it to be big enough for a teen to live in. So I need to be able to fit a bed, a dresser, and a desk all in the single room. Whereas the parents' room, they don't need a desk in there really. Like I just wanted it to be a nice, calm, relaxing bedroom for the parents instead of having to cram work in there as well. Again, I love the look of like natural wood trim, so I went with a wall covering here that had the large crown molding, large base, all in a dark finish. That way it matched the windows and door finishes. And again, here I was slightly disappointed with the couches and chairs. I mean, I've already seen some of them because of just playing the game. I've played the game some, I just haven't built a house from scratch yet. So I've seen some of the furniture, not all of it, honestly, but I've seen some of it. And I played around with some awnings and window boxes there, flower boxes. I end up going back later and deleting some of those awnings because I just felt like I had too many on there, but I did keep the ones on the front and the back of the house. So here I was having difficulty with fitting a living room, a dining area, and a kitchen, so I ended up extending the house just by 1 square. And it really made a big difference. It's still a tight fit, it really is, but I didn't want the house to be huge. So I wanted to fit all that in there. I ended up making it work. It's just one big, like, shotgun living room, your great room, basically. Oh, here I did not like the curtains. Honestly, I tried making them work. I didn't like how they looked over the double windows, and then some of the curtains I liked maybe for a single window, you know, but like that one, see that one, it wouldn't fit correctly. So I just ended up going with no curtains. You know, who needs privacy, right? Oh, so I originally was going to go with a rustic look. See the bed there? It's more of a rustic bed. But then I really, really liked that elegant wallpaper. So I ended up going with a... It's not a fancy bed, in my opinion, but it's just a little more traditional instead of rustic, which I think works better with that wallpaper. And I love the gray wood. It looks awesome. Like, I want a gray bed now. I had some trouble here finding a floor that I liked because I have such dark furniture in the house as well. But I knew I wanted a dark floor because I love dark hardwood floors. So I had a little bit of difficulty there. Ended up finding one I liked. I go back in a little bit, add some rugs to kind of break up the furniture color versus the floor. But simple bath here. I love the sink, but everything else is pretty simple in there. I add some decorations in a bit too. I love that mountain wallpaper for the kids' room. I just think that's so neat. So just try to keep it classy in the master. Added a nice dresser, a mirror. We add some art here in a little bit. I actually end up moving those architecture ones out to the living room. But I ended up working on a gallery wall here. I worked on it for quite a bit. Again, this video is sped up, so you don't quite get the feel for how long I worked on it, but I worked on it quite a bit. Wish I had a few more options to choose from, but some of these wall arts are really nice looking, so you can't complain too much. Again, I'm sure there are more options in the expansions and everything, so we'll see what happens in later videos. I'll probably be really happy with all the options I have once I have some expansions and stuff. Here I'm just adding some decor to the master. Nothing too fancy, keeping it simple. Books, flowers. I end up adding some candles, but I want it to look lived in, but not too cluttered. I moved this rug out to the living room, and then I completely forget to add a rug into the bedroom. So now that I realize that, I'm actually kind of mad at myself, but oh well. So here, yeah, so as I was saying earlier, add some rugs out there to kind of break up the furniture from the floor because everything's so dark. Don't know why I completely spaced. I didn't add rugs to the bedrooms, but it's fine. I ended up going with a twin bed in here so I could fit a nightstand, a dresser, and a desk. Putting a double bed, I wouldn't have been able to fit everything I wanted to. Had a nice full-length mirror, so when the kids get ready for school, they can check out all their outfits, you know. But I do really like how the kids' room turned out in the end, so you'll see it soon. But oh, those string lights are so cool. I love that those are in the game. Just put some decorations on the desk. Ended up with a lamp, a laptop, some CD cases, because people still use, CDs all the time. I could not for the life of me figure out how to get that lamp anywhere but the center of that end table. I love this bookcase though. That bookcase is amazing. It's gorgeous. I want it in my house for real. Again, I know it's a lot of dark wood, a lot of dark colors. I have some pops of color there. I mean, the bookcase has, colorful books on it. That's enough color, right? But, with the couch, the cushions on the dining seats, I try to add some pops of color, but I wanted it to be a real warm and welcoming house. So I thought that the natural tones in the dark wood tones really just made it feel welcoming. So I added a shelf to the bathroom so, they can have a place to put towels and all their necessities. I kept the kitchen really minimalist though. I didn't add a lot to it just because I figured when I move a family into this house, then I can add some more stuff like coffee pots and stuff. Oh, but here I am working on the desk. I do get distracted when I'm decorating because, especially right now, when I don't know what all is in the game, because I'm scrolling through the menu, I see something I like for a different room, so then I go put it in there, because I don't want to forget about it. Eventually, I'll get to the point where I know enough of what's in the game that I'll do a room at a time, and I'll just, know what I want to put in it. Or at least general idea of what I want to put in it, but since this is my first build, I had no idea what all was in the game, so it's very, very jumpy of which room I'm decorating at the moment. I will admit that. And ended up putting a hamper in the bedroom. Nice. Alright, so here I'm going to put some posters on the wall for the kids. I loved how the kids' room turned out. Again, distracted, sorry. I loved how the kids' room turned out though because they have that otter print And then they have they don't call it Harry Potter. You'll see in a second. They don't call it Harry Potter. They call it something else, like, I don't know, something Puffer or something. I don't remember. But it's obviously based on Harry Potter. And I thought that that was really neat underneath the otter canvas. I don't know, I geeked out for a second. So just adding some posters over by the desk too. Try to make sure that it looks like there's a kid living in here, a teen living in here. You know, they're gonna have posters on the wall. And I have an underground sign over there. I think that's really neat. So here I wanted to maybe add some shutters to the windows. Found out it wasn't an option. Learned about beams. Didn't know there were beams in the game. They call them spandrels, but... Oh, so I've never been great at landscaping, real life and in The Sims. So if you guys have any tips and tricks for landscaping, I would really appreciate your feedback on this. I just try to make it simple, but still have, you know, a nice bit of color. So I think it turned out pretty good in the end. Like, I rotated some of the plants so that when they had like several of the same plant next to each other, they were rotated differently so that they weren't like just, you know, perfectly lining up, and I was able to overlap them some. Again, if you guys just have any tips and tricks for landscaping, I would really appreciate it because it is not my strong suit. But I do like how it turned out in the end. Overall. Again, I just loved that clash of the metal roof there over the porch. I was gonna add a large outdoor living space in the backyard, but since this is my first build, I decided to just keep it simple, add a pool and a small outdoor living space instead. So here I'm playing with the pool settings for Sims 4. Again, first time ever doing it. I like that you can do the different shapes. It's really neat. Alright, so here I decided to go back and add some different colored dirt underneath the flowers. I wanted to add mulch, but they didn't have mulch, so I just thought some dirt would just make it look a little more realistic. Added a tree to the backyard with some flowers around it as well. Just kind of add some greenery back there. Randomly saw a bird bath that I thought was cute, so I put that out by the tree as well. I realized here that I didn't have lighting on the outside of the house yet, so I got a little distracted, went and put lighting by the doors, and then some pathway lights, and then some uplights on the side of the house in the front. I think it gives it a really cool effect at nighttime. I ended up switching out the mailbox to just a standard mailbox. I did not like the one that was included. So here I was just checking out how it looked at different times of day. I love that you can do that in this game. That's really neat as well. That you can see what the house looks like at morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime. So here I'm adding the outdoor patio area. I decided I didn't like how the masonry looked, so I just went with a concrete finish, and that was because I made it a diagonal patio, so the masonry it wasn't looking how I wanted it to. It wouldn't rotate how I wanted it to. I try to add a pergola type thing here, but I couldn't get it to work, so if any of you know if it's possible to do a pergola in the backyard with the columns and everything, please let me know in the comments section. I realized I hadn't tiled the bathroom yet, so I went back and did that. It's important. So here, guys, I just want to kind of show an overview of the house so far. This is pretty much the finished product. So I'm just gonna pan across it real quick. I really like how it turned out, especially for my first build. I think it's adorable. The backyard I'll probably mess with a little bit more for sure when I move a family into it, but I really do like how it turned out. I love the coloring of the siding, I love the windows, I love the roof over the porch. It's just, I really do like everything about it. Alright guys, thanks so much for checking out my first YouTube video ever. If you guys could leave some comments down below, that would be great. Just let me know what you guys thought, what you guys thought of the build, any tips you guys might have for me in The Sims 4. I know there are some things during the video that I mentioned that I need to learn a little more about how Sims 4 building works. So I'm going to be working on that, and I hope to get another video to you guys soon, so you guys can maybe see progress in my builds eventually, hopefully. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it. I know that I'm going to be getting better at this as we go, but I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you know when I post more videos, okay? They're going to be coming soon. I'm going to be doing some more Sims 4 builds. I might throw in some other stuff as well for my Twitch channel. So also, if you want to come catch a live stream, go give me a follow at twitch.tv/bbgun. I'll put a link down in the description below. And I will see you guys soon.